DC here. Hi, guys and gals. Well, I hope you're all well. It is Sunday morning, and it's the fourth Advent Sundays for the fourth Sunday in Advent. And yeah, it's still relatively early. It must be around 7:30, something like that, this morning. And yeah, I thought I'd come in the living room with the tree behind me and just vlog here for once. Yeah, just hold this correctly. I'm trying to have a coffee, and sometimes you need three hands, wouldn't you, when you're doing things like this? Because I'm holding the phone on a little tripod. Yeah, this week has been busy. Cook my, cook my Christmas cookies. Then I cook something called brisles. Brisles is a very Swiss thing, but it's like little waffles. Have any of you traveled to Holland? You can get what they call caramel waffles over there. Well, the Swiss waffles are basically either a savory or sweet version of, I was almost going to say the Dutch waffles, but without the caramel inside. So it's like the covering. So it's little waffles, but little, goodness sakes, they're the size of a palm, more or less. They're little round things. And we've got a special waffle oven, as it's called. It's basically, maybe some of you have had these little ovens, or not ovens actually, it's like, I was going to say when you make grilled cheese and you kind of, or you see like in the restaurants, like when they make paninis or grilled cheese and that type of heating element. And you just basically put a little bit of, it's almost like a pancake dough, and you press it in between those two elements, and usually it gives a shape or a form or something like that. So it's not actually, it's like if you made waffles but they were flat, there's not the indentations of the waffles. Anyway, it's a very much of a Swiss thing, and it's crispy, and it's quite nice. And people, like, I made the savory or salty version, as they call them over here. um, you have them with drinks basically, and you can put different things on them anyway. So yeah, I made those. So that's let me see, what did I do? So I did that. Did three batches or three recipes of cookies, and actually, if you want it, you can go and type in Dago Kilio Christmas cookies, I guess it would be, and you will see it's a video from, geez, 10, 14 years ago, but it's the same recipes. I make them every year. So, I mean, I didn't make a recipe over. I would just have to repost that one and it would be more or less identical. So, yeah, I made that. And getting ready for Christmas. Pretty much that. Mrs. DC was into a bit of cooking as well, but she made some date squares because we have a big church service today, but it's the kids. Well, we could almost say it's the Christmas service, um, because the 25th is on a Thursday, and it's easier in a way, even in a church setting, to do the things a few days before. So like the Sunday before, the fourth Sunday of Advent. So it'll be like, the usual, I was almost going to say the usual church things. The kids will have some type of play. It's not going to be the nativity scene. Well, albeit I don't know. I'll see when we have it today. But usually it's a bit of singing, and then at the end, everybody kind of potluck. Everybody brings something. We said it has to be finger food. Sometimes we have like sit down potluck lunches or something like that. But today it's kind of like a finger food pot lunch and a mixture of savory and sweets. So Mrs. DC made date squares, and it's funny because date squares is literally unknown here. Even though dates are a delicacy that everybody seems to know over here, but they eat them in different type of ways, but not as date squares. So whenever we make date squares, people are always like, "Oh, this is interesting." Or those who've lived or traveled in North America know about date squares, but otherwise, no. Yeah. Hmm. Christmas is one of those periods, though, where, well, December and coming up to Christmas can be a difficult period, can it? I mean, I know that a lot of you are basically suffering from nostalgia, from loneliness, and it's normal. I mean, I've been thinking a lot about friends who've passed on. Um, December was last year was hard. I mean, Tweetness's husband Dave, which was a very good friend of mine, passed away uh, through different cognitive. Wasn't exactly Alzheimer, but basically, there's so many types of cognitive disimpairments and so on. And Andy Fekwick, I miss him a lot. I mean, I go regularly and listen to his videos. I just like to hear his voice. It was like my Friday fix. He would have his taxi vlogs. I'm got goosebumps just thinking about it. How much it was my Friday fix. I went, and I expected to listen to him, and we had well, it was Skype in those days. We had Skype sessions a few times a year, and we drink whiskey online, things like that. Yeah, I went and watched a video of Imperceptible Me as well. She's been away now for a few years, but that was Melissa. Such a lovely woman. But I was just going over my subscription list, and I thought, like, so many in those years. I mean, we've been on YouTube a long time, since the beginning, basically. A person wrote a comment on one of my videos not too long ago that said that he had found me through, I guess, a video with Geriatric 1927. That was his birth year. And Geriatric 1927, and I had made a Skype where we were both online. We put it online, and I mean, I was very honored for that because he was one of the pioneers in he, with his name, basically, I guess I put it. He had a really good series. But anyway, I've been going over, looking at the names, looking at the lists, and some of the people. Those of you might remember Kim. Just because I want to say it right now, I've forgotten her YouTube name. She was in Florida, and so on. I just saw all these people, and I was thinking, like, so many already. Yeah, and so Christmas, Christmas is coming. Luckily, I was almost going to say, luckily, it's a family event, because when you're alone, it's hard, and I pray for those that are alone, because I know that it's not an easy time. When we were living in the UK, and our family was in North America, my parents came over, but what we realized when we were living in the UK, is that on Christmas everything is basically closed, and the day after. And if you're alone, wow, it's really hard. It really is. Yeah. A friend of ours, well, we have some friends still living in Oxford where we were. And that's 40 years ago. 40 years ago now. Actually, yeah, 40 years. And a friend of ours asked me, he wrote, asking if we'd be coming back to England one of these days, back in the UK. And I thought I really would like to. You get to an age where I am now, where you think, like, you're starting to count on probably one or two fingers how many more trips, one or two hands, not one or two fingers. I hope it's going to be more than one or two fingers. But how many more trips that you're going to be able to do. Anyway, sobering thoughts, but with Christmas coming, like I say, it's family, but it's not only that. Um, I think it's also a holiday of hope. Now, I won't get into the religious side of it right now because I probably will on Christmas Day, but there is a reason for the season, and I hope for all of you that you will be able to enjoy that reason for the season. Okay, but anyway, that'll be it. I see that I'm up to 10 minutes. I'm going to stop. So that'll be it. DC, signing off. Take care. I got to put my coffee down, use my hand and close it. So DC, signing off. Take care, everybody, and bye-bye.